Welcome to episode 3 of the Michelin movie series, where behind me I've got my daily driver, the Ford Focus ST, and today we're going to be spending a lot of time in this, but also revealing the challenge car. If you are just tuning in to the Supercars of London YouTube channel, you have missed 24 hours as a racing driver with Ollie Webb. You have also missed me fly a plane and experience a Bugatti Chiron for the first time. But Ollie Webb in episode 1 delivered my Michelin challenge, which is I've got 24 hours to cover as many kilometers as possible. I've got a car with a full tank of fuel, a motorbike with a full tank of fuel, and a pair of trainers. Once I've run out of fuel in the car, I move to the bike. Once I've run out of fuel on the bike, I run on my trainers, and I've got to cover as many kilometers as possible. Today, we are revealing the car that I'm going to be doing the challenge in. I'm also going to be changing my tyres on my motorbike to Michelin tyres, which I'll get onto further on in the video. But first, let's jump in the Focus ST, which is also running Michelin tyres, and get on our way on the M25. Over the last 3 months, I've made 35 videos, I've travelled to 8 countries, and I've taken over 20 flights. But behind the scenes, I've been training on a daily basis to get myself ready for what is about to happen. Now, one of the hardest things that I've found is when I'm travelling, you're spending 2 hours in the airport, you're spending 2 to 3, maybe 4 hours on a plane, and then when you get to the hotel, you just want the day to be over, you want to lie down on the bed and just watch TV. But actually, getting myself to the gym has been one of the hardest things to do initially, right at the beginning, but I've made it into a habit and into a lifestyle where I almost feel the need to train, and actually it's indirectly challenging my endurance, which I love, to the point where when I do get to the hotel after a day of traveling, I head straight to the gym because it stimulates my brain and my body to carry me through for the rest of the day. Actually wakes me up rather than uses the energy to tire me out. So there is a benefit to training as hard as I've been training, and I'm taking this challenge incredibly seriously. Driving this Focus ST, it is nice to be back home in the car that I drive on a daily basis, and we're getting into winter now, so this video is definitely going to hone onto some of Michelin's winter products, with this car being on Michelin tyres. With the weather that we get in the UK, sub-zero temperatures, wind and rain, you need the correct tyre, or in my case, Michelin have also supplied me a pair of Under Armour trainers that have Michelin soles. I'm not sure how much that's going to benefit me because I can imagine running trainers are running trainers, but it is all about having the right product touching the ground to give you the best advantage when it comes to performance. And the car that we're going to be unveiling to you today is exactly that, peak performance on a road car derived with motorsport DNA. I have never driven anything quite like this. Welcome to VVS UK, a very familiar place on the Supercars of London YouTube channel. I spend a lot of time here driving a lot of the cars behind, and I also collected my dream Lamborghini from here. And today we are revealing a very exclusive, unique and special car that is going to be a part of the 24-hour Michelin challenge. When Ollie Webb delivered that challenge at Silverstone, I created a list in my head of potential cars that ran Michelin tyres, and never did I think that we would be driving this, because thanks to a few last-minute cancellations, we have got something ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1999 Mitsubishi Evo 6 Tommy Mäkinen edition. Oh my God, I have never driven something quite like this before. I think this is so cool. This is a December 1999 car that was launched in honor of Tommy Mäkinen, who won 4 rally championships. And here I am driving his special edition, manual gearbox, 5-speed, 2-litre, 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, front engined obviously, all-wheel drive, full-on rally derived. This is as hardcore as it gets. Now, as I said, I had a list of cars I would quite like to do this challenge in, and they were all modern, they were all comfy, they had all of the creature comforts that you would like. One of the most important creature comforts that I think we need for the challenge is a range screen that is able to calculate just how much range of fuel we have, because one of the biggest parts of the challenge is the endurance of the fuel. Oh my god! The vibrations in the pedals are ridiculous! There I was having a sedate conversation about fuel economy and the endurance that we need to make sure that we can last 250, 300 miles. Here we are on the cusp of performance and endurance related, and not only is the car having to endure the endurance side of it, so am I. I'm going to be spending about 7 hours in the car for the 24-hour challenge, and my mind, my eyes, my ears are all, and my body are all going to take a battering. Then I've got to jump on the motorbike. Then I've got to run. Like, this is becoming a lot more challenging than I thought, and I'm so glad that we have a car like this rather than one of the modern cars. I'm slowly creeping back in time to these incredible machines that engage the driver in a way that no modern car can. It's as simple as that. It is unbelievable. They do not make cars like these anymore. What is happening now? I've got one last training session with my personal trainer to get me as ready as my body possibly can be for this endurance challenge. Then I have to jump on my motorbike and head down to Honda UK, where I am having special Michelin tyres fitted to my motorbike in preparation for the challenge. And it is there that I will share with you my strategy and route as to how I'm going to achieve 750 kilometers in 24 hours in this, on my bike, and with a pair of trainers. Okay, we made it down here. I am a little bit wet because the weather is unideal, which is why we've come down to Honda to fit these bad boys, because as you can see from the grooves, they are much better for these types of conditions in comparison to what was on my bike. I just looked round and the rear tyre is gone. So these are going on, and basically they're designed for this sort of weather through the winter, and I think the motorbike is probably the best example that you can give as to how important tyres are, because they're what connect the machine and the road. If you don't have grip, if you don't have stopping power, then the tyres are pretty much useless and the entire bike is pretty much useless. You can't get the performance down, and you also need the safety. So these are vital for the 24-hour challenge. So I'll leave them there because I don't want to break anything. No, they're not going to stand up. These are the key. As I started to research the Michelin Road 5 tyre that little bit more, I soon realised this tyre wasn't just the key to my 24-hour extreme endurance challenge, it was also the key component to many motorcyclists around the world. The Road 5 is class leader in wet and dry grip compared to its competitors, and what's most impressive is the Road 5 tyres performance at 50% wear still trumps its predecessor's Road 4 tyre performance when they're brand new, and provides the rider with uncompromised confidence in any weather. It's safe to say that my bike and I were ready for our longest ride yet. The Michelin Road 5 tyre is on. My bike is just out there, but the legends at Honda here are actually going to take it down the road because new tyres, wet tarmac, not the ideal for an amateur rider like myself. But with the tyres on, I'm now going to feel fully confident for the challenge ahead. Let's just let this beast roll off because I want to see what it looks like on the road. Oh. There it goes. That's my bike. Just ridden off. But I'm so excited now. We've revealed the car, we've done the bike tyres, and I've got my Michelin trainers. We've got the 24-hour challenge in a couple of days' time. I've had my last training session. I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna mentally prepare myself. I've got the strategy in my head. The start line is Brands Hatch. From Brands Hatch, we drive to Goodwood Motor Circuit, then up to Silverstone Race Circuit, and then I do the car and bike swap if I've got enough fuel to get my car back to the bike. Then on the bike, I'm gonna ride over to as close to Snowdonia as I can get, and I've calculated the kilometers that I'm gonna have to run a marathon to achieve the 750 kilometer benchmark that Michelin have set. Now that 750 kilometer is an average of a WEC Michelin tyre of what it can cover over a WEC endurance race. So I have got 24 hours to achieve 750 kilometers on the bike, in the car, and on my trainers. So ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for next week because this is all to come.